Hello, hello! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI, the Let's Play that never ends. Probably because we live in an era of streaming, and I just don't want to admit that I'd have to step away from 11. Anyway, today, we got some stuff to show off, because some recent events in Final Fantasy XI have caused a massive upheaval and massive desire to play. Basically, for the 23rd anniversary of the game, they decided to give everyone the Nomad Mog Bonanza weapons for free upon login. You get a coupon. And this is in effect until June 9th. And I was too excited to wait and jumped in and picked a weapon on all three of my characters. Some of them are hits and some of them are misses, and I'm kind of sad I can't show you all of them. But, I can show you some of them. I can show you the general lay of the land, as it were. They also are implementing a... Well, how do I access it? You see the star by Calm Wind, right? They implemented the race change feature, finally. That they rumored... It was rumored for several years before now that they were going to finally let us change races. And they kept saying in interviews that, yeah, eventually we're going to let you change races. And so they implement it. You pay $11 on the Square Enix support site and choose which character you want to pay $11 towards. And you get 2 weeks to decide what race you want to change to. And if you don't choose to change within that 2-week period, then the effect wears off and you don't get to change race. Also, if you do select to change race, you can stay the same race and just change your hair and face type. But I don't know how it all works because I haven't done it yet. But I think before that, I might want to try to show off one of the Moogle Bonanza weapons. Probably the pick that is most common. That I picked on Vire just to try it out. He's my old main. Hasn't even finished, hasn't even gotten into more than a few missions in the Voracious Resurgence, and he's kind of behind the times, not even mastered, etc., etc. But, let's see. He's got Samurai Sub and all that, and, that'll be useful because I'll need something. I'll need a durable monster and a guaranteed back-to-back skill chain or weapon skill to show you the power of this sword that I have. You'll notice this sword. It's called the Onion Sword 3, and it is a relic weapon level weapon with the 269 sword skill. And 40 accuracy and 30 stat. And you'll notice it says Fast Blade 2, right? In our weapon skill list for sword now, we have Fast Blade 2. It has skill chain attribute of fusion and is a twofold attack, just like, well, it's literally the same. It's going to be the same animation, but it's just a way more powerful weapon skill. And it's available to every job because every job can equip the Onion Sword 3. Now, of course, every job doesn't actually have an 8th sword skill, so you're not going to exactly be a sword-swinging white mage doing any sort of real damage. But essentially, the way this works is you log in anytime between now and June 9th, and you get a coupon upon login. If your inventory is full when you log in, it'll say your inventory is full, and you'll have to throw something away in zone or relog. But you get a MOG coupon that's like Bond WG or something like that. You trade it to this little Kupo-Fried or Kupin Reich sunglasses Moogle, and it'll give you a Bonanza weapon. And then you can also come over to this regular Bonanza Moogle and buy your Bonanza marbles for the upcoming Mog Bonanza. This regular dealer Moogle that normally deals the prizes, he's not dealing with the special coupon that's only available to the 9th. It's only this Moogle right here. At least as far as I know. And you'll be presented with a list of 22 different weapons to choose from. And a lot of them have a lot of special effects. They're all basically, base damage-wise and accuracy-wise, they're all relic level I-119 equivalent. A lot of them are very powerful. Some of them are more powerful than the Naegling. And not even on like a technicality sort of thing. It's literally just they're more powerful than the Naegling. Although some people have been slow to admit it. Let's see. Now let's see. We want a durable, I think like Apex monster at least. But we want an Apex monster we can actually hit. So we'll just go... We've already got Ionis on, so we can just go to like Doe Gates or something and fight like an Apex crab real quick to show off Onion Sword 3. But yeah, as an example though, like I wish I had waited. I'd had the foresight to wait and not just be excited and pick right away, so that I could show you the list of all of the Bonanza weapons. Although I'm sure there's other videos out there that are a lot more concise, like maybe check out the channel Hegmo. He's a swordy prime weapon channel that shows off all the in-game weapons, but he's also getting in on this a little bit, I think. He at least, I think, shows off like 5 different Bonanza weapons. And the general theme of them is really strong weapon that has special additional effects. A lot of them also influence job abilities or job ability recast timers in a small way. I'll be able to show you 3 different weapons. But really, the only one that really matters to show you is this sword that Fire has, because it's the only one that actually changes, I guess, like sword conceptually as a weapon for a lot of the jobs that can wield sword. Let's see. We don't need to get super fancy or anything with trusts. We do want to get them out because we might have to fight a Reeve on our way to the Apex monsters. Let's see. I haven't played him enough. He's lost his Unity leader, but that's okay. Let's see. You know what, fuck it, we'll grab RCL 2 because, I don't know. You'll do Magic Burst or something. It's not like it matters. What I'm not really trying to show you off trusts right now. I'm trying to show you off a Bonanza weapon. Bonanza. Need a little bit of sushi just to lock our accuracy in. I'm in a pretty good link shell these days, and I was able to get him some base level Odyssey gear, which he's never gonna get past R1 probably because it would just take too much effort to farm segs across the 2 characters to actually get groups to get clears. Like the only way he's ever gonna augment any of this past R1 is like if like a year from now or something Calm has everything and I just get the urge to like go with somebody to help them or something. Okay. I think that's Link. So I don't really care about him. Ooh, that person has one of the other Bonanza weapons. The Flametongue! Yay, Flametongue! That is the sword that is stronger than Naegling. It's pretty wild. I'll go over it more on Calm maybe. But it's actually a really basic premise. Basically, it has enough offensive stats on it that it just outright does more damage than Naegling. Even on Savage Blade. But of course, its greatest strength is you can actually just dual wield it and pair it with Naegling. There's no reason you have to stop using Naegling to use the Flametongue. But it is also just stronger than Naegling if you were to main hand it in a fencer build. But so it does equivalent, you know, they both do catch damage, so they do equivalent weapon skill damage, while the Flametongue just has outright stronger auto attacks as well as an in-fire effect that is equal to your strength value. It's pretty nuts. It's a really good sword, unless the enemy absorbs fire, which there are some high-level in-game fights that do absorb fire. We're going to give you the Cliff Notes version of why Onion Sword 3, though, is a really, really solid build here. Okay, so Fast Blade 2 is fusion property. Bam for bam. And then Savage Blade is fragmentation property. And oh, would you look at that? Boom. Self-light, two-step, with a sword, and a fencer build. And any job that innately has Savage Blade can do it. Oh, hey, there's a capacity points thing going on right now. How about that? And you can see Fast Blade 2 is basically, I think it's slightly stronger than Vorpal Blade. But the weird thing about it is that it doesn't crit innately, and it is also a dex modifier weapon skill. So it's not like your Savage Blade set is technically not going to be identical to it if you want to actually min-max it. Of course, almost everything uses Nayame now in the weapon skill set anyway, so, like, eh. Of course, some people are saying that, like, you want something else over raw weapon skill damage or something. He must have had a ring on for that first kill. Well, either way, it's always nice to get some job points. But yeah, that's the power of the Onion Sword 3. You can self-light with sword as long as you're an innate Savage Blade user. And also to answer any question you might have, no, it does not give you Fast Blade 2 if you dual wield swords and use it in the offhand. It only gives you Fast Blade 2 in the main hand. So to get the most out of Onion Sword 3, you also give up Naegling. So there's finally weapons here, given for free until June 9th, that actually, they don't entirely replace Naegling. Like, don't get me wrong, they don't replace it completely, because the Flametongue is only usable on 4 jobs, and the Onion Sword, Fast Blade 2 is not always going to be valuable to you. But they are valid picks over the Naegling. There is reasons to use other swords now. And no, it doesn't get rid of the Savage Blade spam, because the actual problem with the Naegling is not Naegling itself, it's that it is tied to one of the strongest weapon skills in the game that is honestly an overtuned weapon skill. But all in all, you can see why people are excited and logging in just from that alone, right? Like, plus, it's a Final Fantasy 3 reference, so bada bing, bada boom. And normally, to get these weapons, you'd have to look out in the Nomad Bonanza, and then choose them as your rank 1 prize. But I guess they just, I don't know, they're trying to generate some buzz for the game for its 23rd anniversary and really shake things up. These are excellent weapons to get as a returnee or as a new player. Even though they're level 99 and you won't be able to use them till level 99, if you start a new character or want any of them on your mules, you can get them on any character. It's a one-time use coupon per character. Though be aware that once you trade it in, that's it. You're done. That's the weapon you have. And if you somehow accidentally throw away the coupon, or don't trade it in by June 9th, then I'm pretty sure you don't get one. So, get your Bonanza weapon. And I'll log over to Doomaculum right quick just to show you the weapon I picked for him, because I didn't really give him that much thought. I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. I only play Samurai on him these days. For domain invasion, I don't really care. There's basically 2 or 3 types of every weapon to choose from, as well as a shield and a bard instrument. And this is one of the great katana selections for samurai. It's not really anything to write home about. It has really high base damage, and is a higher delay great katana for samurai. So it gets TP really fast, or a lot of TP on individual hits. It has a lot of strength. It's very accurate. It's very good for applying Tachi Agiha. And then you'll notice that its special effect is skill chains reduce the Sekinoki recast by 1 second. And then on Sekinoki, TP is not consumed, and TP bonus is given based on current TP. Meaning if you save up to 2000 TP and then Sekinoki weapon skill, your first weapon skill will behave as if it has 2000 TP instead of 1000 TP like normal. Which is a really good effect, but I'm pretty sure that the Samurai Empyrean Armor plus 3, I want to say it's the gloves, might be the feet. I always get Samurai job abilities confused because they're not English and they sound similar to me in my brain. But one of them basically enhances Sekinoki in that way. Not quite to that level of effect, but in the same way. So it's not a very amazing pick, like compared to the other Bonanza weapons you could get. It doesn't add any new weapon skills. It doesn't do higher damage than other great katanas, or the Relic, or Empyrean, or Aeonic. But, you know, for him, for this guy who doesn't have, you know, he's barely... I got the same deal for him from my Link Shell. He's got base level Odyssey armor. But, you know, he hasn't even completed Wings to the Goddess, so he doesn't have a Moonshade ring. Like, he's pretty bare bones. You know, it was just a pick to take. The other great katana is like a discount mythic. It essentially gives you, for your third eye ability, when you have Sagan active, if you skill chain, you get extra third eye anticipates, which would be really good for survival, but if you've already lost all your anticipates, then you don't gain the buff back, so you have to skill chain while it's still active, so it's kind of eh. Although it does have a really cool model. Let's see. And now for Calm Wind. Let's see. So we have... The way this works, they had to do it in a strange fashion, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, Ancestry, Moogle. Fort Bastock, J12. Oh, hey, Jormungandr. How about that? I get to show off. I get to get a title. Sweet. Hey, buddy. I logged out here just so I could kill you when I logged in. Because your buddies were up yesterday, and I'm opposed to them as 1-minute individuals. I've become something of a title hunter. I'm not 100% like dedicated, but these were monsters at the 75 cap that were level 95. Oh, and they fly. Right, that's right, they fly. Now I gotta wait on him to come down. Although I guess I could whip out my Uller and start shooting him. Because I'll be able to do that just fine. Although, I don't know. He's starting to hurt me a lot. I don't remember how them flying works, but it's kind of annoying. But yeah, when they die, they just fall to the ground because they're like these big epic things you had to kill. I got 2 of the other titles last night for Virtra, and Tiamat. And the Tiamat one actually meant a lot to me because back in the day I actually was in a link shell that claimed it. But the thing about where Tiamat spawns is it spawns in a spot where at nighttime courses spawn, and at 75 those courses were like level, I don't know, like 83 or 84. So very tough or incredibly tough to level 75, and they're black mages. And they could charm and be a real pain in the ass. And my duty as a warrior back then for the Tiamat fight was to sit outside of the Alliance and aggro all the courses and drag them as far away from the Alliance as possible so that they would not have to be crowd controlled or dealt with. And I was told that, you know, hey, you know, if the fight's going well and we're definitely going to win, and you've kited the courses correctly, you know, we'll let you in to the fight at the end. You'll get to hit it and get the title and everything. And I kited courses for them for 4 hours, because back in the day, monsters didn't despawn after 2 hours of claim or whatever happened after the Pandemonium Warden fiasco. And yeah, after 4 hours of kiting courses, I was like, hey, can I get in for the title? And they were like, you know, because it's at like 2%. And they're like, oh, are you the thief? And I was like, well, no, I'm the warrior, but, you know, I've been kiting courses for you for 4 hours. Like, you couldn't have done this without me, you know, kiting the courses. Let me in to get my title. And they just, like, ignored me, kicked, like, one, I think, healer or something, invited the thief, let the thief kill it with a sneak attack dancing edge, and then proceeded to hoop and holler about getting the Tiamat title. And it was a real painful experience for, I think I was like 16 or 17 at the time, and just really irritated. But, yeah. I've lost my track of my thoughts. We're trying to go change a race here on Calm Wind. Who's on Samurai because I've been trying to master Samurai. I've actually, I've been playing a lot. I haven't been recording a lot because there's not a lot to show or talk about that's not side quests. But, I got Warrior mastered, of course. I have Blue Mage mastered. I think I've shown that off before already, probably. But Samurai is basically next in line. I'm like 3/4 of the way there, basically. It's like one more job point fill up to 500, and then, like, you know, some change after that. And this campaign will be the perfect time to do it, although I'm supposed to also actually go do Vana'diel and stuff like that. And, let's see. I don't know where I put it. It's probably in my Mog sack. Real quick before we go change characters. Or change races. Doesn't matter what we sub, so whatever. And this is just for showcase purposes. I'm not like trying to show you an... Okay, so although I don't like my Hermes being on. Okay. So this is the Flametongue. They've had, for the Bonanza weapons, they also released level 1 versions that you can buy as login point items that you can use for style lock. So you might have seen this model before as a style lock option. But yeah, this sword is the strongest sword that Warrior can use in the entire game. And it's also available to the usual sword jobs of Red Mage, Paladin, and Blue Mage. It has 187 base damage, which is one of the highest base damages available to swords. It has 264 delay, which is on the higher end for swords, but it's not the highest delay that a sword can have. Really high accuracy, really high sword skill, really high magic accuracy. And then it adds a 10% strength modifier to all weapon skills you execute with it while you have it equipped. And this works while it's in the main or offhand. It also has physical damage limit plus 5%. It allows you to occasionally absorb fire damage. So occasionally fire damage will heal you. This includes TP moves that are fire damage from monsters. And then it has additional effect fire damage. And there are several, there's like one for each element and attribute. I think except for charisma. I know there's the strength sword, there's the dexterity... Was there a dexterity weapon actually? If there was, it would have been in Thunder, but actually now that I think about it, I don't think there was. And there wasn't one for vitality either. Well, there's one for strength, agility, intelligence, and mind. And Flametongue is for strength. There's an air knife for agility. There's the ice brand, which is another sword that warrior's not on for intelligence. And then there's the Hebo spear, which is mind, and it was for dragoon. And the exact attribute, the total attribute you have when you swing it, that'll be the additional effects damage level. And then after that, it's modulated by everything else that normally affects magical damage, like the day of the week and the weather that you have. So that's the whole thing. And I'd show fighting with it for you, but more or less it would just be me spamming Savage Blade and doing really similar numbers to Naegling. In my current gear set, I could go fight the Locust Domils in Bibiki Bay and do anywhere from like 45,000 to 80,000 damage with it, with the Savage Blade, so that's pretty cool. Now then, they added in these Ancestry Moogles, and this is who we talk to initiate our race change. Dun, 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 dun. If there's network problems, you might not be able to do it. You got 13 more days to do it, son. Okay, so it takes us to the character creator. But it's like a revamp of the character creator. But now that you get to look around this field, like, it looks like Conchet Highlands. But it's like, it's got to be like a beta test of Conchet Highlands, because there's no crag, and there's no windmills, and there's, like, the land is a lot more flat. Okay, so we can even change our sex, but you gotta watch out for that, because if you change sex, there are certain gear sets that are tied to sex, like the Dancer Artifact Armor and Empyrean Armor, and if you do that, I believe you have to trade your items and armor to the Ancestry Moogle after you've changed. But the race change I'm thinking about doing is to Galka. We have a Link Shell member who is a Galka, and he's the only Galka that I know of in our entire Link Shell. And he also happens to be the guy that does, like, all of our, like, he's a big pimpin', like, Mac Daddy sort of guy, and he's been joking with everyone to change the Galka, like, you know, you just go change the Galka. And of course, it's not an appealing prospect to most people. I wonder why it's not letting me change the hair color. There should be a second hair color option for all of these. Now, back in the day, I actually went through and played as all the races. The very first race I played as was Taru, and then I went to Galka. And then I had a second character that I made as an Elven. I actually did not play as Mithra. I've never played as Mithra, don't care to play as Mithra. And then I settled on Hume after I played Galka to level 30 and decided I felt too big. I felt out of my skin, basically. Because when I make characters, I like them to be my avatar. So we can have white hair if we want, or black hair. This was the Galka face and model that I chose back in the day. And I think it's still the most appealing to me, but we can go through and we can, you know, see what we'd want to be. And this is a little bit clunkier than the typical. This is the Raugrim model. The typical character creator. But it is more accurate because we're actually you know, this is what we're actually going to look like in game. We're not getting that HD model thing going. I'd have to say, nowadays, now that I'm older, most of the Galka faces, there's nothing wrong with most of the faces themselves, but their hairstyles don't really appeal to me. This is the Iron Eater face, and he's a real cool NPC, but this kind of like screams like, I don't know, spiked up hair punk. It's also kind of funny is they didn't give Galka's ears at all when you think about it, because their entire head is covered by their hair, and their hair is like so thick that it's almost horn-like. None of them have ears. So I think it would be this face that I'd pick to be Galka. And I just have to decide if I want white hair or black hair. With the white hair, his hair almost looks like it's part of his face, like part of his like skin. Because his skin is like very, very pale green. So you can see, they let you do this comparison. That's pretty cool. Like you can see exactly how much larger or smaller you're gonna get. Because Calm Wind is actually a large Hume, if I remember right. And it's just basically setting us to all the factors we had on our original but yeah. I have to say the one thing I don't like about Galkas is even though their legs are actually larger than other races' legs, relative to their body, they're a lot smaller and shorter than their torso. And so they don't show off boots quite as well. And they also stretch gloves. But okay. Let's see. And yeah, we're large. We're gonna stay large and in charge. No point in being a small Galka. Although I guess we could actually see what the difference is between a small Galka and a large Hume if we want to. Hey, look at that! A small Galka is actually only one head taller than a large Hume. So a large Hume is actually bigger than most people think. Oftentimes you see Humes when they're drawn with Galkas and Elvens in Final Fantasy XI fan art. They're drawn basically like Midlanders from 14 relative to like Rogadins and stuff. And that's not quite the case, right? Like, I mean, arm-wise, that's more than the case, but like height-wise, they're not really that much bigger. Pretty cool. But yeah, so we had to pay $11 for this. And if we don't use it, it'll be a waste of money. But then if we do actually change and want to go back, we won't be able to go back without paying again. So, and we won't be able to change back for 2 weeks. So we'll, at a minimum, we'll be a Galka for 2 weeks if we change. So that's interesting. And the thing about this is that it's not just a cosmetic change. You are 100% changing races. So you're going to get stat changes. Like, we'll gain 3 more strength. We'll have the same dexterity. We'll gain 5 more vitality. Or maybe it was 6 more vitality. We'll lose 3 intelligence. We'll have this... No, we'll also lose, I think, 2 mind. And I think we'll lose, like, 6 charisma. All in all, though, we'll also gain, like, 100 HP. And we'll lose, like, 80 MP or something. Because Galkas are physical leans. But in today's era of real high... refresh levels and great MP efficiency options, as well as the ability to just buy vial elixirs all the time from Curio Moogle, total MP doesn't matter all that much. So we just actually got to like settle on picking a Galka here. And again, the reason for Galka is twofold. One, I'd been considering it anyway, just for the enhanced HP, and strength and vitality, because not only will we have more HP, but because of the enhanced vitality, we will actually take less physical damage. Because the more vitality you have, the higher your defense, and also just there's a function in the code when monsters use their job abilities and weapon skills on you, it does a comparison against your vitality if it's physical damage. And if your vitality is greater than the monster's strength, then you will take significantly less damage. But even if it's just within like 3 or 4 of the monster's strength, you'll also still take significantly less damage. So it's a real good thing to be a Galka. Plus we get a cool thick tail. And also I guess we get entered onto the Bara porn scene. Like for 2 decades now, there's been like all these doujins drawn by porn artists on the internet that have drawn super duper 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 hyper gay Galka porn. And apparently the people who like it are real passionate about it, because it has not disappeared from the internet. I literally can't decide if I want black hair or white hair, though. Like, white hair would give us this, like, you know, older appearance. But like I said, it also kind of almost makes it look like that is his head. Whereas this looks like actual hair. Like, this looks a little more exotic. But this looks, you know, just, again, like an actual person. I kind of wish I was streaming so that I could get input from the 1 or 2 viewers I might have. But hey, you know what? Like, if I'm already considering, like, I don't know if I want this. I'm just kind of doing it for the lulz and also just to see how it feels. If I decide I actually like Galka in 2 weeks, instead of paying to change back to Hume, I can pay to just change my hair color. But yeah, I'm not an old man yet, honestly. Like, we'll go with black hair. Okay, so in addition, the following stats may be adjusted depending on your character's new race. All of them. Oh, wait, we're small. I forgot. Okay, no, hold on. We need size. There we go. Okay, good stuff. So literally all we did was change our race. We are now the same, all the same other settings as Calm Wind was, but now we're a Galka. We did it, Reddit. We changed to Galka. Hey, wait, what gives? I thought I changed. Why didn't we change? Elven female? Be a hottie? No. Elvins are so hot, though. Change to specified appearance. Like, did I choose exit or something? Okay, I must have chosen exit. It rezoned us to initiate the changes. And bada bing, bada boom, we are now Calm Wind the Galka. And damn, we're huge! Oh man, we are huge. And yeah, we literally gained 100 HP. Yep, we gained 3 strength, our dexterity's the same. Yeah, we gained like 6 vitality. Oh yeah, we lost a little bit of agility actually. I forgot about that. Galkas are slightly less agile than Humes. But it'll be worthwhile. Maybe. And our run now feels really weird because when we just stand here, right, like, we look kind of okay, but, like, do you see what I mean about the boots? Like, the proportions of our legs really, really bother me. Like, I cannot tell a lie. The proportion of our legs, it's, maybe we should have chosen small Galka. I don't know. But let's see if Tathamet's on, because I did this for him, basically. Let's go find him. He's in Bastock Market, so let's go find him. And just for kicks, let's style lock into something, I guess, not completely different, but we're gonna, like, show up kind of... man, where did I put it? There's a katana I like that I have. There it is. Okay, let's go. Cha-cha. All right. Looks a little bit better. So he's in Bastock Market, so I'm going to assume he's by the Sparks and PCs or something. But if not... I don't know. He might not even be there, though. He's probably at work. Like, he might be in his Moogle house, and he might be at work. I'm not sure, but... I'm going to show him that I was not fooling when I said I might switch to Galka. Trouble is, it's like, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. That strength and vitality is super beefy. And the cool thing is once we hit master levels, we'll only have to get master level 2 for our agility to go back over 100. So we're not really that bad off compared to Hume. Let's see, there must be some seasonal event going on over there. Let's see. Let's put on our Danzo Tsunayate so we run a little bit faster. Gathamet, I'm trying to stalk you, bruh. Don't be in your mobile house, please. Yeah, I could probably take a screenshot or send him this video on Discord, and he'll see. He'll see. But yeah, we're now stuck as a Galka for 2 weeks, so I get 2 weeks to see if I like this or not, and then if I'm willing to shell out another $11, I can change back. Honestly, I am like very strongly like thinking, man, I already want to change back because I feel out of my skin again, right? Like, Calm Wind was a tribute character, and now he's a Galka. I don't think the actual Calm Wind would have chosen to be a Galka if his life depended on it. Although his tastes may have changed over the years. But, you know, the Galkas had a really strong storyline in 11. This is kind of like their game. Like, it's also, you know, player base wise, most people play Mithra and Elven, but with, you know, a higher slant towards Mithra. Like, Galka is like the least played race, but their lore in this game is so much stronger and so closely tied to all of the storylines. Whereas everybody else kind of gets like, they get a little bit of a storyline piece in Chains of Promathia, but, and I guess technically Rise of the Zillard a little bit with the Archangels, but Galkas, you know, they get that, but then they're specifically the Mother Crystal related to them is the one that is in C, has been dimensionally separated from the rest of Vana'diel. Ah, there he is. And then, like I said, he's probably at work, but, also, something else we can do to sort of imitate him now. I got a green Mogpel the other day, and yeah, there it is. Of course, I can't copy him completely. Like, I've got Gleddy's hands and boots. That's the boots and hands he's got on. But he's got the goldsmithing apron there and the crafting escutcheon. So he's kind of like, he really is a top dog. He's got like, not only is he 6 boxing, but he's got, he's got it all. So, he's a cool cat, cool customer. I'm just a wannabe. But hey, that's that, you know? Oh, the dogs are barking. Hold on a minute. Alright, sorry about that. Well, it's exciting times here in Final Fantasy XI. Race changes, Bonanza weapons until June 9th. Bonanza weapons that are stronger than Naegling. But there's also capacity points campaign going on. And I guess I'll just close out the video by showing you where I've been grinding Samurai. Although I think I've probably shown it before. I don't know, it's so strange to me, like, how long this Let's Play has been going, and how it's, like, kind of not even really a Let's Play, it's more like just a, I don't know, diary, a journal. I think our mounts might be bigger now. Oh yeah, we're gonna have different casting animations. And different animations completely. That's gonna take some getting used to. Galkan arms are so... they're comical. Oh, we've only got 3 fingers. 3 fingers and a thumb. Let's use Almia. She's hot. Whether we're Hume or Galka, Almia is hot. Elven females remain the hottest. Eat a little bit of a grape daifuku. Although we could probably get away with using rabbit pie now. Let's see how big chocobos are on Galka. That's a big chocobo. Or does it just look big? Because our legs are so small relative to our arms. Like, could you imagine if you had arms bigger than your legs? That's what Galkas have. And you know what really doesn't make any sense is Elvins have 2 more strength than Galkas. And according to some people, back in like 2015, they streamlined the racial disparity between races. But I've played since like late 2003, and I can tell you for a fact that the differences that I'm talking about are exactly the same numerically as they were back then. We're gonna hold our great katana quite a bit differently, aren't we? Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. The way that Galka holds it. Agiha, your defense has been lowered. Oh yeah, this is going to take some getting used to. Yeah, this is gonna take some getting used to. Dude, that's so cool though. Can't remember if the imps link. I know they're aggressive, but I don't remember if they leak. Oh yeah, I used Makio on Jormungandr. Yeehaw! 20,000. I love it. I love it. I want some more of it. Kabam! Kabam! Jimpu! Shoha! Fudo! Bam, bam, bam. Maximum damage. Oh, yeah. And that's why multi-step skill chains are the bomb. Anyway, I think that's long enough for now. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. And maybe next time we can do some Final Fantasy XI side quests or something as a Galka. Maybe we could dip back into Abyssia, see what all those side quests are about or something. Who knows? Who cares? We're giving it all we got. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day.